Welcome to our Anti-Xeno Report, where we sit down with experts and leaders to discuss the latest trends and insights in their respective fields. Today, we're joined by Rear Admiral Nicholas Green, one of the leading military personnel in the Alliance Joint Navy, and a veteran in the ongoing war against the Thargoids in the Aftermath War. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, nice to talk with you, and thank you for having me here. I hope I can answer some of your questions.
So, it's been almost 2 months since the war started. What is your view on how humanity has responded to this threat?
I think it's a mixed bag overall. The superpowers could have done better job at coordinating, and I was hoping for Aegis to be reformed or regrouped. The independent pilots, however, proved to be our best defense, and I believe they did a very good job. They have formed initiatives, and they have worked on defensive efforts all around the bubble and slowing down the Thargoid invasion, even though some groups of pilots still engage each other in hostilities.
That's interesting. Can you elaborate on why it is so? Why would pilots continue to be hostile toward each other while the Thargoids are right at their borders?
It's difficult to say for certain, but I believe it may be due to long-standing rivalries and power struggles that existed before the war began, and that can't just go from one day to another. It's unfortunate, but I guess this is just human nature. They take advantage of the situation. But overall, I hope to see these conflicts cease during such a critical time. We must all remember that the Thargoids are the true threat. They do not come to conquer, but to destroy us.
Absolutely. Can you tell us about the Alliance's focus in this war, both in the short and long term?
Our short-term focus is, of course, to defend human-occupied space and push the Thargoids back. We aim to make sure Thargoids don't gain a foothold from where they can be a threat to our civilization. In the long term, however, there must be some sort of conflict resolution. We must pursue ways to peacefully resolve this conflict with Thargoids or find a way to live with their presence, if there is no alternative with force.
That's a noble goal. Are there any upcoming war effort operations that the Alliance has planned?
Today, on the 20th of January, we are planning a special anti-Xeno operation near Oya Maelstrom. Everyone is welcome to join, and if time allows, we will continue to other Maelstrom as well. We aim to keep recovering systems where we can, until the threat has been dealt with.
That's great to hear. Our viewers should check that out. What would you recommend to commanders who don't wish to get in contact with the Thargoids?
My recommendation would be to avoid known Thargoid hotspots and to stay vigilant while traveling through space. It's also important to keep your ship equipped with the latest anti-Thargoid technology and to stay informed about the latest developments in the war. There is still major human space not affected by Thargoids, but Thargoids are gaining ground, so we hope that everyone can join the conflict, or at least humanitarian aid, which is a very peaceful way of dealing with this threat.
Good advice. Lastly, what does this war mean for the faction and power operations?
The war has certainly had an impact on the powers and factions, as many commanders have put their allegiances to one side to focus on the Thargoids. But at the same time, it has also brought different factions together and created new alliances. We are closely monitoring the situation, and we will adjust our plans as needed.
Well, it's been great having you on the show. Before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts or advice for our viewers?
I would just remind everyone that while this war is difficult, we must remember that we are all in this together. We must continue to share information and resources and support each other. We will get through this, but it comes down to individual commanders' capabilities. The most important advice I would give to all who listen is to keep morale high and keep yourself motivated, because this is the only thing that will keep human resistance alive.
Well said. Thanks for joining us today. Viewers, be sure to stay informed about the latest developments in the war against the Thargoids and to support each other. And join us next time for another episode of our report. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.